This is a 6x12 all aluminum cargo trailer. I believe it's manufactured by Neo. And we're going to do a kind of a simple camper toy hauler conversion on it. Currently it's set up to haul 2 motorcycles. And then also it gets used for swap meets, car shows, things of that nature. But it'd be nice to have the ability to sleep in it a little easier. Oftentimes when it's going to a swap meet, you've got a bunch of bins or boxes of parts or something in the back. And then when you're trying to sleep, you're, trying to rearrange all that stuff. So our goal is to make it a little easier to sleep in and out of. And then up front, we're going to do like a small kitchenette storage area for a fridge or a cooler, and then power station and some pretty basic stuff. We are going to take all the paneling off the inside, insulate the whole camper, reinstall the paneling. We're going to add a window, put an awning on it, and just make it a little more user-friendly overall. So just about 3 hours in, just under 3 hours in, we got the ramp door insulated and then put back together. And then the walls, we took all the plywood off of, and now the whole trailer is insulated. And it's not... Okay, so this is where we're at on the little toy hauler camper build. So don't have a ton of time into this yet. I think we worked on it for, I don't know, over half of a Saturday, and then a couple hours the other night to get the awning installed. So got the window cut out, we got exterior lights on it, we got the awning all mounted up. This is a 270-degree awning by Overland Vehicle Systems. So that'll wrap around the back as well as go to the front. We got the door insulated on the back and then put back together. The whole inside is insulated. The ceiling is partially paneled on the back here. And then some of the wiring is done. So these are the exterior lights. I put little blockers so they have something to screw to. This is the original trailer light wiring, which we did check to make sure that all of that's working still. We got our vent fan installed up here. Got to wire it still, but that's all in. And then ceiling lights wiring ran. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put the walls back in, get some wiring done, get this thing wrapped up. You can see this is for the awning. So it's just U-bolted around the roof structure in 3 spots. And I was able to use all the brackets that came with the awning. So this is what the roof structure looks like. It's just this 1-inch square tube. And that's what we bolted the awning to, so. So the ceiling's in, the walls are back together, all the wiring's routed. The inside's ready to have the metal trim put back on, but I think we're gonna do a little sanding before we do that, just because there's random scuff marks, because the trailer is used, so. But the factory trim will hide all these wires, and then factory trim will hide all these wires. I routed all the wires inside, so if we want to add something in the future, or if there's a wiring issue, we have access to everything with ease. And then we'll put just a simple cover strip over this like it originally had, I think. So we're ready to start building the front shelf, the bed frame, and then sanding and staining the inside. Little progress update on the trailer. The bed platform's made. It's all ready to go. Just got to get it mounted up on the wall, and the support for it's on the wall. The walls are all sanded. They're ready to be stained. The wiring's all done. I have metal trim that the trailer originally had. We're putting back up. It's just off so we can get it stained without masking a bunch of stuff. Just finished the front shelves, or they're pretty close to done. So on the bottom here, you'll have a cooler spot for 2 water jugs. There's gonna be room for a diesel heater. Haven't decided if I'm gonna commit to that or not. And then microwave, the jackery, room for a coffee pot, and then just open counter space. I'm thinking maybe a propane grill or like the Blackstone could sit up there in transit and then get, brought outside to actually cook on. But nice spot. We'll put a mirror in here. So if you gotta do makeup or whatever like that, you got room for it. Some of your bags could sit in transit too. I think we're gonna still put a storage cabinet above on this wall. That way the bike will have room to go underneath it. Doing a little bit of work on the wiring. So on this side of things, this is a adapter for like a DeWalt battery. This will just slip right over the top of this. And then this is a converter to drop it down from 20 volts to 12. So this is gonna get mounted right underneath this lip right here, like this. And then that will feed this cigarette plug right here. That'll be in this little bracket, also mounted underneath here. And then the jackery will be mounted down here, or sitting down here. So the fuse panel over here is gonna have the male part of a cigarette plug is what's gonna power it, and it's gonna be underneath this countertop coming over. And then you can plug it into either this cigarette plug to run it off a 12 volt or a DeWalt battery, or plug it into the jackery depending on if the jackery is with, or if you just want to run some lights. And then we have the main switch panel. So this fuse panel will be mounted here. We're going to fur this out and then mount the switch panel about right here. So this has cigarette plugs and USB built into it, along with a voltage meter. And then I changed these out to 3-way switches. So these have on, up, and down. So these are going to be for the exterior lights, the back, and then each side. The exterior lights have white and amber, so that's the two different switch positions. One of these will be for the fan, and then I think we have one extra for right now. So all these wires are going to get tied into the switch panel, and then the switch panel can get fed from the fuse block. The fuse block's going to get fed from that male cigarette plug, either getting plugged into the DeWalt battery converter or the jackery. So that'll be the whole DC side of things. We also have the interior lights, which are just going to be switched right on the light. And then we also have a couple USB plugs, which will just be fed from the fuse block. So we're going to get cracking on this and get it all tidied up. Okay, so here's the current status of the trailer build. It's pretty close to being done. I just haven't brought her home, so hoping to get her dang near finished up today. Beds are all in and strapped. I gotta do a couple feet for this bed, just extra support. Got to hang up the mirror still. Put the plug in on the wiring up there, and then I've got the outside power in and power outlets to put in. Here's the camper all set up. Pretty basic setup. I mean, nothing too crazy, but very functional, very adaptable. Whether you're snowmobiling or motorcycling or four-wheeling or just hiking, or maybe you're, going to a swap meet and you need a bunch of storage space. So really, really flexible space. At the end of the day, you still have 95% of the trailer space.